Konnichiwa, Ian des. Let's learn some English, and today we're looking at nouns as adjectives. Hopefully you know what a noun is, or an adjective, and if you don't, we'll go through it, and then we'll look at how you can use a noun as an adjective. Sounds a bit more confusing than it is, so let's get started. So, first of all, what's a noun? Hopefully you know. But if you don't, it's an object, a thing, a person, a place. It's an idea. So really any word we use to describe something is going to be a noun. So your name, this microphone, the headphones, I, all nouns, and they're everywhere. Very simple. Adjective, what's that? Well, it's a describing word that describes a noun. So you'll see these all the time because you just get a noun and before it some kind of extra detail. Pretty important. So as it says, gives us more information about a person, place or thing. So two very important grammar elements. And of course the type of adjectives follow this list. So you can have ones about size or shape or colour. So you can say it's big, it's triangular, it's old, it's red, it's Japanese. All these words help you describe a noun. So a big car, a old car, a metal car, a race car. They're all words that help you describe what kind of car it is. And while these are their own type of words, nouns can do this as well. So you can use nouns to describe other nouns, which that sounds a bit tricky. It's not. You're going to see in a second. It's really easy. So yeah, you can add nouns to nouns to give more detail. So let's look at teacher. Teacher is a noun, but it's not very detailed, so we can use an adjective to explain what kind of teacher. School teacher, university teacher. So these red words, they're adjectives, but also a noun. If you just had the word school, school is a noun. It's a place. Same for university. It's a place. It's a noun. But here we've got a noun with a noun, giving more detail to the second one. And it's similar to Japanese. So I don't want you to panic. It's very similar. The only difference is you use the no particle. So here we have gakko and sensei, and then a little no in the middle. So that's school, and that's teacher. So in English it sort of is school, no teacher, but we don't use the no particle. We just say school teacher. But the concept is the same. This last word, teacher, sensei, the words before it give more detail to what kind of sensei it is. It's a gakko sensei. So, exact same in English, just don't say no. We don't use the particles, as you've probably seen, so school teacher. It's quite simple. Let's look at some others. So, a wristwatch. You see that? It's not on my wrist, but it's there. A pocket watch. I don't have a pocket watch, but it would go in your pocket. But here we've got watch, that's a noun, and wrist, and your pocket. More nouns, helping nouns. Let's look at a ball. So you can have a ball, is a tennis ball, a rugby ball, or a football. Now, football is interesting because it seems to be one word. Over time, it's just become a single noun by itself. I guess it was just so common that it just became its own thing. So that's quite interesting. So I imagine originally it was football. Now it's football. But you can still see it's two nouns together. There's just no space. Now this gets a bit confusing, but pay attention. So nouns acting as the adjectives, the describing noun, will most times be in a singular state. What does that mean? Well, let's go back. So here, wrist, not two wrists, it's one wrist. Pocket, one pocket. It's not pockets, it's just pocket, one pocket. Same for these, one foot, one rugby, one tennis. So it's this first word is always singular. But of course there's English always has exceptions. And one you'll see is clothes. So it's not clove shop, it's clothes shop. Clothes here is in the plural. That should really be ES read, but another one you might see is sports bar. So there's a sports bar. It's not sport, not one sport. Sports, it's all of the sports. So that's some little exceptions you might say, but most times it's going to be the first word is singular. The second word, like this example at the bottom, can be plural. So you can have more than one tennis ball. You have tennis, singular. Balls, many balls. And then obviously for these exceptions, both parts would be plural. Sports, bars. See, two S's. Only one S on these ones. So all these ones would be wrist, watches, many watches. Only one wrist, but lots of watches. Same for pocket, one pocket, but you can have many watches. So watch out for that, the single plural together. But really the noun acting as the adjective will always be in the singular, and then the main noun can be either, depending on what you're talking about. And you can have more than one noun being used as an adjective. So if you know about adjectives, you can have as many as you want, or a big list of them all together, describing the one noun at the end. And you can do that with nouns as adjectives. So if I say I'm a chef, let's add a noun to make it more descriptive. Sushi chef. So now you've got a noun with a noun. I'm a Japanese sushi chef. Just a bit of a tongue twister. But you can see you've got two nouns with a noun. You can take it further. A trainee Japanese sushi chef. I can't say that right. But you can see there's 3 of them there describing the last noun. What kind of chef? 3 nouns. Now, a big question you're going to ask is, but are these not adjectives? And you can argue some of them are. So if you remember, adjectives can describe opinion, shape, size, colour, origin, material, purpose. And some of the examples might be, so if we go back, is Japanese not an origin? I guess so. So is it a noun or is it an adjective? It's a bit. Same for sushi. Does it fall into one of these? Is it a material? Don't know. But does it matter? No. Because they're probably both. When you look in a dictionary, you'll have a word and it will say if it's a noun or an adjective next to it, probably a little N or a little ADJ. And some words are both. and that's okay. It just depends how you use it. So it's kind of blurry, and don't worry about it. Just use the words. If it makes sense, it's fine. You don't need to think, oh, is this a adjective? Is this a noun? Can I use this as a... Just go for it. Just say it. Pretend it's Japanese, and if it works in Japanese, just take out the no and say it. Like school teacher. Just, school is a noun, but is it an adjective? Yeah, it's fine. Just go for it. So that was a quick look at nouns as adjectives. A bit complex, but I think it's okay. If you didn't quite understand, go back and watch it again. The website will have more examples. You can read through them and practice. Any questions? Let me know. And keep practicing. You can only get better. Keep listening. The more you listen, the more you'll start to hear the same words over and over again. So you'll hear wristwatch, or you'll hear tennis ball, and you'll start to recognize. So keep practicing. Arigato. Matane.